Hello you beautiful souls, welcome here. Today we've got an astrological video, and in this one we are going to be talking about new moon in Sagittarius taking place on the 23rd or 24th of November, depending where you live in the world. So for me, I am on the European continent more or less, and this new moon is taking place in the early morning of the 24th of November for us. For Western countries and Americas, this new moon will be happening on the 23rd, so a day before. For Australia, I believe it's also 24th of November, just like for Europe, but a bit later during the day. So this new moon is quite a happy one, and it's taking place on the first degree of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign of expansion, is the sign of growth, is the sign of good luck, of happiness, of optimism, of hope, of positivity. So whatever new beginning that is going to take place in your life, it's going to be very promising during this time, during this new moon. It's going to be a very promising one. It's going to bring you a lot of happiness and the sense of moving forward, finally accomplishing something. Very uplifting energy. And for those of you who have prominent placements in Sagittarius, this is going to bless you tenfold. For example, you have your sun near the first degree of Sagittarius, like on the third degree of Sagittarius, then they're very likely to be a new beginning in your career, in your goals in life. Maybe you will be promoted. There could be a new beginning in regards to a father figure in your life or authority figure. Just more positivity overall. You might travel as well, because the sign of Sagittarius rules travel, exploration, kind of opening your horizons. The sign of Gemini, the opposite sign on the axis of the third and ninth house. Gemini is more so immediate environment, local places, local cities, local like your neighbors, the people you see on a daily basis. The opposite sign, Sagittarius, is about vast, big horizons, going to other shores, other lands, going to other countries, seeing people, meeting people from other cultures. Very lucky sign overall. So whatever you see happening for you on the 23rd or 24th of November is going to bring you a lot of happiness. This new beginning, this new idea. And we'll talk about all of the 12 signs a bit later, to see what exactly this new moon is likely to bring into your life. And new moons are always a time of new beginning, new ideas. It's like bringing the seeds that we are eventually going to put into the ground and then grow something into our life, a big change in our life. Also, what I wanted to say is all fire signs will be blessed by this new moon, very much so. So the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You are the kings of the show, Sagittarius people, because this new moon is going to be trining your placements, your ascendant, your sun or other planets, and Sagittarius people is happening in your sign. So anything else I wanted to say? There is also Venus and Mercury hanging out nearby this new moon, also in Sagittarius, but there's quite a wide orb between the new moon, which is at the first degree of Sagittarius, and Venus and Mercury. They will be at 8th to 10th degree. I believe Venus will be at the 9th degree and Mercury will be at the 10th degree during the day of new moon. So there might be really good news coming to you, again pertaining to the sign of the house that Sagittarius is taking place in your sky, in your chart. Mercury and Venus usually brings good news, optimistic news, lucky news. There could be very heartfelt communication with other people, with your partner, for example, especially if this new moon is taking place in your 7th house or 5th house. So yeah, really good communication, interactions that bring peace, bring happiness, bring joy to us, and this excitement for the future, like there's finally hope for us. And don't we all need it after the eclipse season, quite an intense season that we've just been through, with the Scorpio and Taurus axis. Very optimistic new moon, and we definitely all deserve it by this time. What else? I feel like there is something else that I wanted to mention. I think that's it. It's a fantastic time to set intentions during this full moon, new moon, starting from the 22nd, 23rd and 24th of November. These 3 days would be wonderful for setting intentions for the month ahead, whatever it is that you want to achieve, doing your manifestation techniques, fantastic, because Sagittarius is the energy of like abundance, prosperity. It draws in whatever it is that we want, that we desire. Also, it's very important to look at the ruler of any lunation, be it a full moon, new moon or eclipse. And the ruler of this particular new moon is Jupiter, and I'm so happy to see Jupiter being in the sign of Pisces, in its home sign, and being really comfortable, really happy in the sign, because whenever the ruler, the lord of the lunation is not happy, like in the sign of his detriment or fall, then the lunation is felt by people, by us, very intensely. It's very uncomfortable. It's sometimes even painful lunation. Emotions are running very high and not in the best way. However, when the ruler of the new moon or full moon or eclipse is feeling good, is enjoying their life, which is Jupiter doing currently in Pisces, then we all gonna feel really good, really inspired, really happy. There's also this very spiritual feeling in the air, spiritual, hopeful and loving. Sign of Pisces is the sign of unconditional love for me very often, because Venus is exalted in this sign, which is the planet of love. So Jupiter is quite happy, and not only that it's in its home sign and it's happy, on the day of new moon it's starting to move direct. So now it's stationing to move direct, because it was going in its retrograde motion. Basically it was moving backwards in the sign of Pisces. Not literally, but the way it's been seen from the Earth, because planets don't move backwards. It's just the retrograde period is called. We usually explain it by planets going backwards, because it's seen that way from the Earth. Now Jupiter is going to move forward in direct motion, starting with the day of this new moon, which is also another auspicious sign, another very lucky sign for all of us. It's almost like a green light for something, depending on the house that this new moon is happening for you. It's like now we can finally move forward, and it's easy, and it's comfortable, and we get joy from it, and it's like finally events are happening in our favor. People are kind of on the same page with us. Finally there is hope, finally there is something that we can look forward to. So let's go to all of the 12 signs, you guys. Starting with Aries, of course, our first sign. For Aries people, I apologize for the noise. I have dogs walking around. You may hear some paws. Okay, she's good. She just laid down. So Aries people, this new moon is happening in your 9th house, and the ruler of this new moon, Jupiter, is enjoying its time in your 12th house in Pisces. It does look like many of Aries people will undertake some sort of travel during the next month or even further. There is this energy of movement, of travel, again very much. The 9th house also, the house correlated with the energy of Sagittarius, is the house of travel, is the house of expanding your horizons, is the house of foreign lands, of legal issues and court cases. It's the house of higher knowledge and education. So for many of you there might be new travel on the horizon. It also could be something that you've been planning for a while, but it wasn't happening, or again, restrictions or whatnot happening in the world. Maybe you didn't have enough resources, or maybe it just wasn't the right time. Now the Jupiter rules forward, plus this beautiful new moon, optimistic, green light new moon in Sagittarius in your 9th house, and you can finally do it. You can finally relocate or travel or go pursue some education, higher education. Some of you guys will be completing your education actually, because the ruler of this new moon is in the 12th house, the house of completion and endings. So you could finally get that diploma, finally get that qualification. If it's not about education, again, I do strongly feel foreign affairs, movement, travel. Personal life example, my mom has a Aries ascendant, and she's traveling. She's actually traveling already. This new moon hasn't even happened, but she already crossed the border, and very soon she's coming back, like in a week. So it's a very literal manifestation of this new moon for her, and it's a happy travel because she's traveling basically for money, to withdraw money from another country and bring it to where she is. So also another topic that could be prominent for you guys is getting money from foreign lands, from your work, from the projects you've been working on, receiving those funds, receiving the payment for the projects you've been working on, some kind of rewards, money that has been owed to you, could be possible here. Overall, very happy energy. If you're going to another foreign land, you'll get a lot of joy from this. It's something that will inspire you a lot, will make you happy, and you'll gain a lot of benefits from it, whether monetary or emotional happiness. Yeah, is there anything I want to say as well? With Mercury and Venus also hanging out in your 9th house, there might be communication with somebody from foreign lands that is very pleasant for you, very exciting, and there could be like this very harmonious exchange with another person. Plus documents related to foreign things like visas, some kind of passport issues that you are working on could be resolved, or you could at least get some green light and improvements, like speeding up of the process in regards to visa, passport, legalities, things like that. Overall, like a triple energy of luck in regards to travel and exploration for you guys, plus religion and spirituality, because it's the Sagittarius plus the 9th house for you. Yeah, and Jupiter being really happy in the sign of Pisces. So this is all I have for you, Pisces. Now we are going to Taurus. Hello my beautiful Taurus people. This new moon is happening in the 8th house for you, which is the house of crisis, but bear with me, the house of depth, the house of psychological healing, the house of occult, the house of sex, the house of other people's money and finances. And for you guys, I do feel like many of you will be receiving some financial help in the next month and even further. With this new moon in Sagittarius, it's a very lucky new moon. And with the 8th house carrying the meaning of financial support. If you've been needing money from, for example, I don't know, banks or other people, there might be an approval for you in order to get that money. Also inheritance is the 8th house, one of the 8th house. The 8th house is associated with inheritance, so I do feel like there will be an unexpected income for many of you, or news of money coming in, because the Mercury and Venus is also hanging out in your 8th house. Again, there could be communication, very peaceful, very exciting communication from somebody in regards to financial support and help. It could be a woman that is helping you at this time. Also, the ruler of this new moon, Jupiter, is enjoying its time in your 11th house in Pisces. So there could be again improvements in money, the same indication for you guys, especially for you Taurus people who appreciate the financial comfort. 11th house is the second from the 10th. So it's money from your career, from whatever it is that you're doing out there in the world. It's payments, it's rewards, it's final manifestation, solid, tangible manifestation of the efforts you've been putting into your career, into your job. So again, that same feeling. And Jupiter brings abundance, brings prosperity. Again, with the 8th house and 11th house, I do feel like some money will be coming in. Not just some, quite a lot of financial support, financial abundance for you guys. Also, there could be some improvements with your friends, with your friendship circle that you like to surround yourself with, the people that are like-minded to you. There could be just more social time for you guys with the 11th house and Jupiter moving forward, stationing or moving direct, I should say, in your 11th house. People are in general gonna be more kind to you, more supportive, more loving, more generous with you. It's a very generous energy for you guys that this new moon is bringing to you. Much more generosity. If you need to receive something, if you need help, it's going to come. And if you need to ask for it, for example, asking for raise, asking for support, it would be a really good time for you. So is there anything I want to say as well? Healing of some fears, because the 8th house is also the house of fears, the house of our deep wounds and traumas, and Sagittarius is the sign of happiness, is the house of optimism, hope. So that there will be more hope for you to be liberated from whatever it is that is dragging you down, that is making you feel like life is hard, like maybe there is this voice inside your head that is telling you that you won't succeed, or you should, I don't know, that critical, self-detrimental thinking. I feel like all of it will be soothed by this wave of positivity of this new moon. And yeah, just feeling really good about the future, not fearing the things that you used to be worried about, especially financially or just overall your security in life, and psychological traumas that have been burdening you, and maybe you didn't believe in yourself or were scared of certain things and you were stopping yourself in your track. There will be healing of that for sure with this beautiful new moon. It's actually a really good time for therapy for many of you guys, because the 8th house is the house of psychology, plus Venus and Mercury being in this 8th house, helping this energy of bringing the murky stuff to the surface, talking about it in a very harmonious way, in a very healing way, like therapy. It's going to be very helpful to you. If you're not into therapy and you're more unconventional, then go into somebody who practices occult, like astrology, psychology, astrology, numerology, tarot, whatever it is, Reiki. But it's more so speaking about things, speaking about difficulties, speaking about the issues that you are uncomfortable with. This is a very healing new moon for that. I think this is all I have for you, Taurus people. I hope this information helps you. I wish you a wonderful new moon. And now we are moving to Gemini. Gemini, rising, sun or moon people. Firstly, rising, and secondary would be sun and moon. This new moon is happening in your 7th house of partnerships, of business partnerships, romantic partnerships, marriage, one-on-one interactions with people. And the ruler of this new moon, Jupiter, is hanging out, being very comfortable in your 10th house in Pisces. It feels like you guys will have a very beautiful, promising and optimistic new beginning in relationships for many of you Gemini. I really love the way your sky looks, your chart looks, because you finally, for those of you who are single, you finally might meet somebody that you feel hopeful about, a relationship that you're hopeful about, and you can imagine the future together. It could be somebody who's quite different from you. Maybe you are from different religions, or maybe you are this is a foreigner to you, or you meet somewhere abroad. But it does feel like this situation is promising, this connection is promising, and it makes you happy. It makes you happy because we also got Mercury and Venus conjunct near this new moon in Sagittarius as well. So a lot of beautiful harmonious communication, it also could be peacemaking. If there was a difficulty in your relation, there were difficulties in your relationships. I'm so sorry you guys, my English stopped working for a second. In your relationship with your significant person, there could be healing conversation that takes place, and possibly reconciliation, or making things work, and almost like this peace offering with this Mercury and Venus. It's peaceful, loving words being spoken to each other, both for those of you who are single and for those of you who are in a relationship or difficult relationship. A lot of communication with your partner, with somebody important to you, and it feels like a really good communication, like it soothes your heart, makes you feel comfortable at peace, and not worried about your relationship anymore. You guys, I apologize for the snores. I have a dog sleeping underneath my table. She needs to sleep by my feet, and she snores a lot because she's a French bulldog, and it's just, they've got little noses, so she struggles to breathe. I also wanted to talk about the ruler of this new moon, Jupiter, in your 10th house. For many of you, there will be growth in your career as well happening at this time. This forward momentum in whatever it is you're doing out there in the world, your reputation, your status. Maybe there will be a promotion for some of you, very likely, or a raise of some sort, or maybe for those of you who don't have a job, you will receive an offer, and quite a good one, because Jupiter is in its home sign, and it's really happy, and eventually you'll be looking back, you'll be content with this new beginning in your career life. In the career aspect of your life, I should say. Yeah. And often Jupiter in the 10th house brings this breakthrough or reward for whatever it is that you've been doing behind the scenes, working really hard on. You finally get that dream job, you finally get that promotion, you finally get recognized if you wanted to become popular, for example. You get that fame or whatnot. Yeah, and people see you as somebody very happy, very optimistic, like a sunny energy. I'm envisioning here with the Jupiter being in the 10th house, somebody like the sun, somebody who draws in attention. People will pay attention to you, and people will be very generous with you, and they will praise you and admire you for your talents or for whatever it is that you're doing for your career. So overall, very happy sky. Very happy sky. Improvements in your relationships, beautiful harmonious communication with your loved ones, with your partner, meeting somebody who's like right up your alley. For many Gemini people, like a very promising new relationship might be coming your way. Plus improvements in your career. Wonderful. I wish you a comfortable new moon, Gemini, and now we are going to Cancer. My beautiful Cancer, rising, sun or moon people, especially rising and secondarily sun or moon. This new moon in Sagittarius is taking place in your 6th house, the house of daily routines, the house of your job, of your lifestyle, of your health, the house of pets as well, and it's bringing a lot of luck, a lot of forward momentum and improvements in regards to how you take care of yourself, you guys, in your daily routines. I'm gonna give you real life example. I'm a Cancer, but Cancer sun, but this new moon very much manifests for me in the way that I would love to improve my sleep patterns. I have not been sleeping really well for feels like a year, well, at least 6 months, and now I'm working on fixing my sleep schedule, sleeping better, sleeping longer, and not waking up in the middle of the night, and possibly going into sports, exercising more. So very much this literal manifestation of this new moon is happening for me, and it's happening in a very easy, in a very comfortable way. It's not like I have to exercise now, it's gonna be hard and I'm gonna suffer, but I need to lose weight or something like that. No, with this new moon in Sagittarius, there is a lot of optimism. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to becoming healthy. I'm looking forward to changing my lifestyle, becoming more efficient, becoming more healthy, becoming more rested and healthy, and just to be the best version of myself and to serve people and do my job more effectively. Because somehow the 6th house, I feel like this new change is going to be tied to your job as well, because the 6th house is also the house of job, like everyday steps and routines you have to do in order to accomplish your job. Some of you will find new ways of doing your job that bring you more happiness, so that you don't overwork yourself, you don't feel like, oh, I hate this job, I don't have any energy, I'm done with it, I want to do something else. I get exhausted and I'm not getting any emotional fulfillment from this. I feel like this new moon will allow you to do a few shifts and tweaks, or possibly find a new job altogether. For many of you guys, even though this lunation doesn't touch on your 10th house, you might just find new projects that you're interested in, or new side hustles that eventually you could turn into a real monetary, something that will have this financial compensation eventually. For some of you, there might be a new pet as well, because the 6th house is the house of pets, and new moon brings this energy of newness, fresh start, and you will be very happy with that pet if you adopt a pet or buy a pet during this time. Sagittarius is the sign of good luck. This pet is likely to bring you good luck and just emotional fulfillment and expand your horizons. Sagittarius is also the energy of outdoors. You might be spending more time outdoors in nature, soaking the sun, walking barefoot, or walking your dog if you get a dog, and it will like connect you closer to nature, and consequently, I always struggle with that word, make you more healthy. Again, health is a big theme for you guys, health, and creating this perfect routine, perfect lifestyle for yourself that you enjoy and that you're comfortable in. Plus, I also wanted to touch on the ruler, the lord of this lunation, which is Jupiter, and it's enjoying this time in Pisces in your 9th house. For you guys, if you've been trying to travel, expand your horizons, if you've been looking into relocation or going somewhere abroad to a foreign land, and it's like you've been going back and forth about it, like, oh, it's not working because restrictions, or I don't have enough money, my job is keeping me here, but I would love to be there, there will be this green light, because Jupiter on the day of new moon will go forward, will move direct, and finally the door will open for all of that, for your foreign projects and ideas and desires. Again, traveling, and maybe going to study abroad, maybe relocating altogether. 9th house is also the house of visas and documents, like passport document and things like that. And I do feel like there will be improvements and speeding up of events in that area for you, especially with the Mercury and Venus hanging out in your 9th house as well. And this combination of Venus and Mercury is communication, is information, is documents that are going to help you do whatever it is that you wanted to do in regards to foreign affairs. So again, receiving that visa or getting green light on some kind of passport, immigration approval, something like that. Yeah, I think this is it. This is all I wanted to say for Cancers. Now we are going to Leos. My beautiful Leo people, Leo rising, sun or moon people. First of all, rising, and secondarily would be sun and moon. This new moon in Sagittarius is taking place in your 5th house, which is the house of happiness, joy, the house of play, the house of romance, the house of love, the house of children, the house of creativity. It's a very happy place to have a new moon, Sagittarius new moon in. You guys might have this boost of inspiration to do something that you love, some creative endeavor, maybe go take on the dancing class, start dancing again, or start doing your art, painting for example, or you guys decide to, I don't know, do some side hustle that brings you joy and you can use your talents and fulfills you emotionally. It's a positive new beginning in something that you love doing. For others of you, it's a positive new beginning. Oh my gosh, I'm zoning out for you guys, I'm so sorry. It's a positive new beginning in love and in romance. If your love life have been kind of stale and uncomfortable, and maybe you've been single, or your relationship was void of passion and desire and excitement, this will change. And you Leos, you love it. You love good romance, you love kind of this, you love getting in relationships that's full of love, of passion. And there will be that chance. If there is somebody that you have in mind, I feel like there could be a new beginning in love with them. Or if you are in a relationship, there could be new passionate start. For example, you go on a wonderful date and you get closer and it's all romantic and beautiful. For others, if you're single, you might meet somebody that you have a strong passion with. And also it's very interesting that the lord of this lunation, Jupiter, is currently hanging out and enjoying this time in your 8th house of Pisces. And this combination, 5th and 8th house, talks about intimacy very strongly. Intimacy, physical relationship, sex, again going on fantastic dates, and then that lead to passionate nights, and then again dates. It's just For Leo, I do see this theme. Again, if you are in a relationship, there will be a chance to spice it up. If you're single, you might meet somebody who will make you very happy, and who will remind you of the pleasures and romance and how much you love it. Also, you guys, the 5th house carries the meaning of children and childbirth. So if you don't have any children, there could be a possibility of pregnancy. And again, with the Sagittarius energy, which is quite optimistic, quite happy, I don't feel like this will be something that is going to shock you or make you dread the situation. It feels like a happy outcome. If you're not planning pregnancies, don't worry about that. I'm so sorry, Leos, I got distracted, but I also wanted to say, as we were talking about pregnancies, there is a possibility of pregnancies. I'm just forewarning you with this new moon, especially for those of you who have been trying to fall pregnant and it hasn't been happening. This is a very lucky new moon for that, so it might happen as a miracle. Also, I do feel like there might be this healing in regards to your children. If you guys have children, this will be a very important, significant new moon for that. For example, your child is struggling with something and there is a lot of healing that is coming their way. Or if your relationship with your kids was difficult, maybe there was a lot of misunderstanding, you were falling apart, just conflicts. We've got Venus and Mercury also hanging out in Sagittarius, so you might have really good, really peaceful, comfortable, nourishing communication with your children, where you finally find common ground and you understand each other. Very loving energy overall towards your children, towards your romantic partner. Beautiful new moon. And again, a lot of inspiration, a lot of creativity is coming your way as well, Leos. It's also the time to shine for you guys with this new moon, to be optimistic about who you are, to show your talents, to show off a little bit. I feel like it's a good time for you guys. You will be received well by other people, because the Leo is, the 5th house is your house actually, since you are Lions of the horoscope. Is there anything I want to say for Leos? I think this is it. Oh, as well, also Jupiter, the ruler of this lunation, is, as I was saying, is hanging out in your 8th house, which is also the house of financial support, other people's money, inheritance, any kind of loans. So there is a forward momentum or green light for receiving money that you've been requesting from a certain person or organization. With Jupiter moving direct from the 23rd of November, there will be improvements in such matters, financial gains for you guys. So look out for that. I think this is it, Leos. I wish you a comfortable new moon. And now we are going to Virgo. Hello, my beautiful Virgo people. Rising, sun or moon. First of all rising, and then secondarily sun or moon. This new moon in Sagittarius is taking place in your 4th house of your living situation, of your family, of your roots, of your emotional foundation, of your homeland. It feels like a new beginning in your living situation, and I wouldn't surprise if some of you guys will be traveling, especially with the Sagittarius being your 4th house and carrying this meaning of exploration, of growth, of foreign lands. You might undertake a move, migration, or just find a new home for yourself or a better living situation for yourself that is giving you the sense of optimism, joy and freedom at the same time. Possibly finding a bigger house, bigger apartment for yourself, being able to afford a bigger apartment. There might be also new members coming into your home, new members of your family, maybe like somebody's giving birth, or you find out that you're pregnant, or your partner is moving in with you. That could be a scenario as well with this new moon. A new beginning in your home overall that brings you a very positive feeling, like I love what's happening in my cozy nest. Maybe it's a renovation, maybe you're bringing like new decorations. Of course, we are nearing the Christmas holiday season. It does feel like I also want to talk about it from the psychological standpoint, because the 4th house is the house of our... You guys apologize for snoring. I have a dog sleeping underneath the table and she can't breathe, so she's a French bulldog and she needs to... Yeah, she ventilates, let's say, a lot. What was I talking about? Emotional needs, the 4th house, emotional stability, basis and security. I do feel like there will be this overall sense of comfort within you that this new moon will bring. Maybe you'll start some kind of routine, some kind of self-help psychological hack that helps you feel better. You'll find that comfort, safe place, be it again a geographical place or place within you, maybe even a living place, again, as I was saying, that brings you this deep sense of comfort, happiness, optimism and hope. Like I'm happy with where I am, I'm happy with who I am, and just a very healing energy I'm feeling for you guys in this, with this 4th house and Sagittarius emphasis. Plus we've got the Mercury and Venus hanging out in your 4th house as well. And this looks like very beneficial, very harmonious and loving communication, again in your home. It could be communications with women or a woman, because Venus and Mercury is communication, or just overall communication with your family. That is very healing for you guys, Virgos. Communications in regards to real estate, family issues, communications in regards to where you want to live geographically, that are going to bring a lot of peace, a lot of healing and optimism from now on. Also, I wanted to talk about the Lord of this lunation, and it's Jupiter. And it's hanging out in your 7th house, enjoying its time in your 7th house in Pisces. Jupiter in the 7th house improves your relationships, makes people generally enjoy spending time with you. If you've been struggling with your partner, for example, your marriage partner or your romantic partner, if things have been rocky, from the 23rd of November, Jupiter moves forward. So there will be improvements in your relationships, in your committed relationships, possibly reconciliation or just growth of your relationship. Maybe your relationship is going to move to a next level with this new moon in the 4th house. You might move in together. For some of you, could be a scenario here. You might get engaged. Jupiter is all of the social accepted norms and benefits from society, and when we get married, you know, those things. So you might get engaged. If you're single, you might meet somebody who you're very happy with, somebody who inspires you, somebody you can learn from, somebody that brings more happiness and joy and positivity into your life. Quite likely. So, is there anything I wanted to say? Anything else? I think this is it. Now we are going to Libras. Hello my beautiful Libra, rising, sun or moon people, specifically rising and then secondarily sun and moon. This new moon in Sagittarius is taking place in your 3rd house. 3rd house is the house of communication, of knowledge, learning things, of education, of siblings, neighbors and everyday local interactions with people. I do feel like you guys might undertake some kind of learning project, possibly like you will be taking a course, or you will be improving your skills in something, and this will bring you a lot of happiness. It's not going to be something that you'll have to put a lot of effort in and you'll get exhausted and you won't enjoy it, but you just have to do it because, I don't know, for work or whatnot. I feel like this is something you will genuinely want to do and you will feel excited and joyful about it, and very optimistic, like it expands my horizons. It could be learning a new language, for example, for you guys, Libras, especially with the Sagittarius energy of foreign things, of expansion. You could be learning a new language or maybe learning things about other cultures, communications with people from different backgrounds, from different again cultures, cities, countries is also a possible scenario here, and it all feels very positive. It's about gaining more knowledge that you can eventually use later on for yourself. Documents also rule the 3rd house. So you could be going over your documents, maybe getting a visa or getting some kind of qualification, again some kind of what are they called, certificates, and it's very likely to be on a global level, maybe some international course that you've been taking, for example, I don't know, any course that is taught for people all over the world in English, for example, and you'll get the qualification and saying that you studied with people from all over the world. It's just an example, you guys, doesn't have to resonate for everybody. For others of your Libras, there could be healing in your relationship with your siblings that takes place, like a beautiful new fresh start, because we've got Mercury and Venus as well hanging out in your third house, and this combination often talks about harmonious, peaceful communications, negotiations, just very loving words spoken to each other that bring peace, joy and optimism into the situation. So again, healing of your relationship with your siblings, possibly with neighbors. That would be strange, but for those of you that struggle with your neighbors, going through conflicts with them, also possible. I also wanted to talk about the Lord of this lunation, Jupiter, and it's hanging out in your 6th house and in Pisces. It does look like you guys might have some improvements in your lifestyle as well, in your everyday habits and routines. For example, you find the perfect routine, a perfect way of doing your job, or you improve the way you do your chores or sleeping patterns. It does feel like there's this forward movement and improvement in the way you go about completing boring and uncomfortable tasks, but now you're doing them with optimism and you enjoy them. Maybe there's some kind of new health hack or exercise that you undertake and you really enjoy, maybe starting doing yoga or swimming or taking care of your health in some way, like a perfect diet for you with this benefic Jupiter in your 6th house that helps you feel the healthiest, helps you feel become more optimistic and productive and efficient in your life overall. Also, if you have pets, there will be improvements with your pets. If they've been kind of misbehaving or maybe struggling with their health, Jupiter in your 6th house can help them. If you didn't have pets, you might get some pets as well, of course, if you want to. And this pet in particular will be bringing you a lot of luck during this transit, with Jupiter signifying them coming into your home and your environment. This pet will be like a lucky charm for you, Libras. Is there anything I wanted to say? No, I don't think so. So this is all I have for you, Libras. I wish you a comfortable and wonderful new moon. And we are going to Scorpios. My beautiful Scorpio, rising, sun and moon people. This new moon is taking place in your 2nd house of finances, tangible possessions, of your value and self-esteem, of the way you earn money, the way you budget, the way you accumulate money, and how resourceful you are overall. And it looks quite good because there will be a new fresh start in regards to your money. You might receive a raise for some of you. You might find a way to earn more money, because Sagittarius carries a meaning of expansion. It has a meaning of growth. And I apologize for my dog snoring underneath the table. She can't breathe because she is a French bulldog. I apologize for the noise, you guys. So yeah, more money coming in for sure. It could be money from other lands, other countries, foreign lands for some of you. If not, it's just your money multiplying, because again, Sagittarius brings opportunities. It's the sign of abundance, it's the sign of good luck. Plus we've got Venus and Mercury also in your 2nd house. It could look like communications, positive, harmonious negotiations in regards to your finances, in regards to your stability, in regards to your income. I'm so sorry, you guys, for snoring. For example, somebody will approach you like a good friend, or very likely a woman, since it's Venus conjunct Mercury, will approach you and talk to you about, for example, do you want to take on this project? Do you want to do this? Something that you could earn more money from. Also improvement in your self-esteem. It does feel like more optimistic, more happy approach to who you are, how much you value yourself, how much you value your services, whatever it is that you do for your job, for your work. It could be a good time to raise your raise your fees, the cost of what it is, products or services that you sell. It could be quite a good time if you've been planning to do that for quite some time. And I feel like some Scorpio people will be doing that. Also, I wanted to talk about the ruler or lord of this lunation, Jupiter, and it's hanging out, being very happy in your 5th house of love, joy, romance, play, children and creativity. It does feel like if all of those themes were lacking or dragging in the recently in your life, now there is this forward momentum. Now there is this green light with Jupiter finally moving direct from the 23rd of November. There will be more fun in your life. There will be more love, more romance, possibly very exciting dates. If you have children, better times with your children, better communication with your children, more understanding with your children. If you were planning to conceive or get pregnant, again, a very auspicious time, very good time, very lucky time for that. Some of you might get pregnant, Scorpios, at this time until the 20th of December. It's like a window of opportunity, while Jupiter is still moving direct in Pisces, and it won't be here in the next 12 years. So quite a long time. Use this time for whatever it is that you enjoy. What else? The 5th house. Yeah, better, more opportunities for your creative endeavors, for doing your art, for creating things that bring you joy, that you're proud of, for shining out there in the world, for showing off your talents. Overall, a lot of inspiration, great inspiration coming for you until the end of December, and possibility of good dates, romance, more romance in your life, and also more money, as I was saying. So this is all I have for you, Scorpios. I wish you a wonderful new moon, and now you're going to Sagittarius. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius, rising sun and moon people. This is your new moon because it's happening in your 1st house. A fantastic new beginning overall in your life. Very happy, very auspicious, very lucky new beginning. It can literally pertain to anything in your life. Whatever you've been hoping for, to initiate, to begin, or you wanted for this breakthrough in this certain aspect of your life. For example, I wanted to move to a certain place, or I wanted to find this perfect job, I wanted to find this fantastic partner. It's very possible, and for many of you guys, it's somehow tied to your living situation, to your home base, to your geographical location as well, because the lord of this lunation, the ruler of this lunation, Jupiter, is having fun in your 4th house of home, family, of your emotional stability, of your living situation. So I feel like for many of you, these changes will be connected to your living space, basically. Living space. The place you live in, the geographical place, or like an apartment, a home. But overall, a new beautiful beginning for you guys. And it's like, all this time my life was going this way, and comes this new moon, and I see something that inspires me a lot, something that I'm excited about. I see this positive opportunity and I'm gonna go for it. This is what this new moon will feel like for you. Yeah, overall people will see you as somebody very, very lucky, very happy, and people will be drawn to you. They will be very generous with you, and there might be also a new kind of makeover of your physicality. You might change something in your appearance for you guys, and it's gonna be for the better. Like you will be happy with those changes. For example, if you want to change your hair color, or get a new haircut, or tweak your style of clothing or something like that, it will reflect who you are more. So you will be happy with those changes eventually, in the long run. Plus we've got Venus and Mercury also hanging out in your 1st house, near your ascendant for many of you. I feel like, again, you guys at this time are very attractive, very attractive. You will attract more people and possibly more romance. There's Venus, and there will be many harmonious, positive, loving conversations that will take place for you guys in the next few months, especially in the first 28 days of this new moon. So whatever message you need to convey, whatever kind of perception you need to show to people, whatever, however you want to express yourself, like that best version of yourself, you can do that right now, because Venus, beautiful, benefic planet, is there and is bringing you this charm, this beauty, this charisma and attractive flair to you. Plus Mercury helps you to speak better, to convey your message in the best way possible. Even though Mercury in Sagittarius can be all for the bigger picture but not noticing the little details. But overall, people will be very drawn to you and they will admire your views, they will admire what you're bringing towards the world. And yeah, don't shy away, use this energy to kind of negotiate and get people on your side, I want to say, somehow, in whatever it is that you are doing, whether it's in regards to your relationship or in your career. Also, I wanted to talk about the Jupiter a little bit more. Jupiter moving direct in your 4th house from the 23rd of November might bring you better opportunities in regards to where you live. For example, improvement of your living situation. There could be a move that is happening for some of you in the next month or two. If not, just expansion of your living space. Maybe you will be decorating it. Maybe there will be just more positive energy in your house, in your home, and in your family situation. So more healing, more positivity, more good negotiations and good relationships with your family member for you guys. So yeah, this is all I wanted to say for you Sagittarius. I wish you a wonderful new moon, and now we are going to Capricorn. Hello my beautiful Capricorn, rising sun or moon people. This new moon is taking place in your 12th house. This is quite a contradictive house, because it's the house of isolation, it's the house of self-undoing, it's the house of hermitude, it's the house of spirituality, it's the house of creativity, but more so on the spiritual side. For you guys, there might be possibility of travel. For many of you with the Sagittarius energy plus the 12th house, these two meanings of travel, foreign lands combined, like a double energy of travel, of foreign lands, of moving abroad, or traveling abroad, of kind of negotiating with people from abroad, because you also got Venus and Mercury in your 12th house currently. In this combination, you guys, I apologize for snoring. I have a dog snoring underneath my table, and this is what it is on my channel. Venus and Mercury in your 12th house as well is positive, harmonious, loving communications and negotiations. So again, it could be negotiating over travel, or talking with foreigners, or talking kind of possibly making documents for travel. Yeah, also dealing with hidden the work you do behind the scenes, whatever it is, doing some kind of art behind the scenes, or working in isolation. For example, you're an IT person and you always work on your computer and nobody sees you ever, and there will be more positive outcome from that. So something that you do behind the scenes, and again, it's something that you love, most likely because of the Venus involvement, and something that you use your mind for with Mercury. It's like information, data, things like that. I just had a picture of somebody who's like doing trading, or like Bitcoin things or something like that. I don't know why, because the 12th house carries the meaning of hidden money, or like money from other lands, so that could be something that you benefit from as well, Capricorns. Let's also talk about the Lord of this lunation, Jupiter, and it's hanging out in your 3rd house. Again, the house of relocation, travel, movement, plus the house of information, getting more knowledge, talking with people. So you might be learning something new with this Jupiter starting its direct motion, direct movement from the 23rd of November, you might be getting more useful information. Taking a course, maybe communicating with someone more knowledgeable than you are in whatever it is, whatever field you wanna achieve success in. So definitely, you guys, I'm so sorry for Dory and her snoring, if this is distracting for you. So again, definitely better communication, better interactions with people, especially with your immediate environment, like neighbors, siblings, people you see quite often. Yeah, and travel somehow, movement seems to be important for you guys over the next month, and even further than that. Is there anything I wanted to say? Documents as well could be something that you've been working on, and with Jupiter moving direct, there will be improvement with getting certain documents, qualifications, certificates, visas probably for some of you Capricorns. So this is all I have for you guys. I wish you a wonderful new moon, and now we are going to Aquarius. Hello my beautiful Aquarius rising, sun or moon people. I am one of you. I have an Aquarius rising, Aquarius ascendant. So this new moon is happening in your 11th house of friendships, of hopes, wishes, dreams, and like-minded people that you love to surround yourself by. There might be a new beginning for you guys in regards to, for example, you take a course and you suddenly see yourself surrounded by people who think in the same way, who want to learn the same things as you are. Or you go and enroll in yoga class and you see that you're surrounded by people who are on the same wavelength, who think in the same way, who are like spiritual just as you are. Just a new positive beginning in regards to people and social circles and friends, maybe finally making things work with a certain friend that you kind of fell apart with. This could be the case. Plus we also have got Venus and Mercury hanging out in your 11th house as well, and this combination of Venus and Mercury together might look like positive, harmonious and optimistic, very loving communication with people. And again, 11th house is the people that we feel that they are like-minded, that we can trust, that we kind of speak the same language with. So more communication with the people that are important to you, with your friends, more interactions with them. But also 11th house is the house of gains from your business, from your work, from your career, because it's the second house from your 10th. Money from whatever it is that you've been working on, putting a lot of effort in. So with this beautiful new moon, positive, optimistic, abundant new moon in Sagittarius, you might receive quite a good reward or income improvement in your finances during the next month. And there might be like a raise for some of you, or just additional resources, additional income sources, I should say. Plus the ruler, the lord of this lunation, Jupiter, is hanging out in your second house. Again, the house of money, the house of income, the house of budgeting, of accumulating money. So again, the money story looks really good for Aquarius people. You will be able to, many of you will definitely be able to pay off any debts you have, or see improvements, growth in your money, like more clients, more opportunities, or a raise for some of you, very possible. And that will also make you feel quite happy. The 11th house is the house of wishes and our hopes for the future, and with this positive Sagittarius new moon, you'll just be like, I'm finally getting to my goal. I feel so optimistic. I see the growth. I see the growth in my work. I see the promise in what I'm doing. The money is looking up. So I'm happy. And friends seem to be supporting me. So yeah, I think this is all I had for Aquarius people. I wish you a wonderful new moon, and now we are going to Pisces. Hello my beautiful Pisces rising, sun or moon people. This new moon is taking place in your 10th house of your career, of your status, of your reputation, of whatever it is you're doing out there in the world, whatever you aspire to achieve, the person you would like to be overall. Just it's the highest point of your chart, of your sky. And we've got this beautiful, healing, optimistic, abundant and lucky new moon happening in that part of your sky. So for some of you, you might get a raise, you might get a promotion, you might be recognized finally for whatever it is that you are doing. You might be accepted to that, I don't know, corporation, company or whatnot. For those of you who have been dissatisfied with your job, with your career, maybe you've been unemployed for some time, finally green light for you guys, and you get that job, that dream job, or the job that satisfies you at least. Because Sagittarius carries this energy of expansion, of growth, of optimism. It could even be something that involves working with foreign things or foreign people, foreign lands, just something that expands your vision, expands your thinking. And 10th house is also how other people perceive us, is how general public perceives us. There could be even some kind of fame that comes your way if you are in the public eye, Pisces. People will notice you, more people will be drawn to you with this new moon. Maybe you finally, for example, if you're a YouTuber or you post yourself, your job, your work, whatever it is you're doing online, you finally get this breakthrough and millions of people, you get millions of views on your video on TikTok or Instagram, whatnot. And yeah, you feel lucky. It's a lucky strike. Like you are somebody who draws in attention, you are somebody who is like received well by people. They get inspired by you with this new moon. It could also be a new project, a new job, something that you undertake and you are very excited about, you're very optimistic about it. And it's not something that you're doing out of necessity or like, I just have to carry out this responsibility, my boss gave it to me. No, it's totally different. There is this energy of just, oh, I am so happy, it feels promising, I feel like I'm entering a totally new field, and it gives me chills, and it feels like it's going to make me happy in the long run doing this. So yeah, a new project, a new kind of almost like widening your sphere, whatever it is that you're working on. For example, you've been doing something very narrow, like niche, and then you're widening the public that you're appealing to, or how do I explain it well? If I was a Capricorn or Virgo, I would do it, but I've got nothing in Earth. Like work-related terms. Again, widening your perspective in regards to your job. Like maybe becoming optimistic about something that you were very worried in the past. Like, I don't know, if I can pull off that job or that responsibility or satisfy those customers, and I was like, no problem, easy, I can do it, I totally believe in myself, I feel proud about myself, I've got enough talent, I can do it, I've got enough skills. That's the energy I'm getting for you, Pisces. Plus, I wanted to talk about the Lord of this lunation, Jupiter, and it's hanging out in your first house, which makes perfect sense because it's happy there, it's optimistic there, and in its home sign, in your sign, nearby your ascendant or sun or moon, Jupiter brings you this happy-go-lucky energy and overall lucky, blessed and abundant energy. It's like almost seeing the world in a better light, in a more optimistic, positive light, where in the past you could have just feel like, oh, life is too hard, life is too difficult, I'm not made for this, I'm so insecure. Now you finally feel like you can take on the world with this 10th house new moon, with Jupiter moving forward from the 23rd of November in your first house. It's like, I'm so happy with where my life is going finally. I am so happy. And it's contagious. I feel like your energy will be very contagious to other people, whoever. And many people will be drawn to you. Many new people and old people in your life will be more benevolent towards you, more loving towards you. Overall, people will listen to you, will pay attention to you, will be inspired by you, and you will spread your wisdom, spread your love, spread your positivity and your knowledge around, and you'll get rewarded for that. You will be appreciated for that very much so. Beautiful lunation, beautiful transits. And the first house, Jupiter in the first house could also bring you kind of this change in your appearance as well. Just feeling really good about your body, or doing something for your body that improves your health, improves your well-being, and also appearance consequently, and just feeling good with how you look. That could be something that you experience. The first house and the 10th house, simultaneously, they carry the same meaning of like the persona you put out in the world, how other people perceive you. And during the next month and moving forward, all of it is going to be very harmonious. Very harmonious. Did I talk about Venus and Mercury? Also, Venus and Mercury are hanging out in your 10th house where the new moon is taking place. So there will be some healing, positive, harmonious and loving communications that are going to take place in your career sphere, possibly negotiating with somebody about your career or going on interviews, for example, and they will go really well, really well. Maybe you'll make some friends even during your interviews with people, or like yeah, again, like negotiations of promotion, negotiations for additional projects that you will enjoy, something like that. And talking about whatever it is that you want to convey to this world, expressing yourself and not hiding yourself, just you will be received really well by people. Absolutely. So this is all I have for you, Pisces. I wish you a wonderful new moon, and now we are done with all of the signs, and it was a pleasure again, and I will see you in my new videos, you guys. Bye bye.